don't know. I think I'm live. I don't know why this says rotate device and everything I read I think is going to be sideways. I'm confused. I'll see if anyone comes in here and then I know this is shocking. I'm here. Good morning-ish. I would have been like, yeah, so I went, oh, I see. I think people are here, but I don't know if you're typing. I'm super confused about, what does this say? Let's see. Top chat, live chat. Okay, everything is sideways though. Why are we sideways? Are you guys sideways too? Rotate device. I did rotate device. Are you guys sideways too? And you're buffering. Well, you shouldn't be buffering. Like, because I just got off the phone with Spectrum. You're buffering and you're sideways. What? Okay. I don't know what you're talking. I need to, I'm confused. Are you guys sideways and buffering? Rotate device. I don't understand, you stupid. Okay, let me. Oh man, I'm trying to use this little like selfie. Mary, remember those things we got? Portrait. Yeah, I know. It said before I started. Now you're like kind of at an angle, right? I think I have an idea. All right, Darby, hold on. Hang on a second. I gotta throw Darby the ball. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to be throwing. I don't know. I just like I thought it would be cool just to like use this little thing to set you guys down, but now I think I'll just hold you. I know, but it said rotate device and like yeah, the little thing says unlock and like I hit the oh, wait a second. Actions. No, I don't want to do any actions. Yeah, it says rotate device. It's got the little lock on. I don't know. I'm just gonna hold you because this is stupid. Hold on a second. Hang on. Now I can't get the thing out. I set this all up so I wasn't going to have to hold. Yeah, it's selfie stick, right? This is Holly and selfie sticks. Don't mix. We should not have a selfie. Like, I shouldn't be afforded that option. Clearly. All right, so Darby found his basketball. Good grief. It's like, sorry, Monchichi. I tried. I tried. Hi, Sean and Mary and Monchichi and Winky. Hello. So I just had an interesting morning, and now it's led into my afternoon. Um, yeah, so I wake up to no Wi-Fi, and admittedly, I'm a little bit past due, a little bit. Hi, Tanish. Thanks. I'm drinking my coffee. It's beautiful out today. It's like almost 60. I think it's about 60 degrees now. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to bitch that I cannot believe, and I get that I'm not in the city, but like, if you drive 10 minutes down the road, you can ask Mary. I'm in the county with the second highest, you know, infection rate in the whole state of New York. And like, I just can't believe that Spectrum takes the first opportunity they can, this giant and don't even get me into the 5G thing. I was going to ask you guys, they'll probably shut me down if I start talking about it. I got a message from one of my YouTube friends that has like 100,000 subs, and he was like, I noticed the other night that, in your live stream it got interrupted, and I guess right before that, YouTube, right before they cut me out, and I was able to rejoin only because YouTube schizophrenic stayed in the stream, but it basically, he said the C word right before that. And so that was just like a little warning. And if you remember, it happened to Whiskey too. Whiskey OG got caught a couple times, I think, for talking about it. So I guess you got to be really careful about what you say. So I have it now, Mary, because I called there complaining. They don't care about anything, Monchichi. And like, the state of New York has been shut down. It just, I don't know. I was just really annoyed. I couldn't believe of all, like, especially a company where you need to stay connected. Can anyone see this dog finally found his dilapidated? Well, actually, he was attached to a basketball. He gets very attached to a basketball, and Last year, his basketball had gotten down to scraps. It was like a scrap, like this big. And every time I threw it in the garbage, he was trying to knock over the garbage can. Hi, Corky. If I don't see you guys right away, it's because when you're on your phone, I'm sure you've heard other people say the comments disappear. Unless it's like a continual, hi, Hectic. Unless it's like a continual flood of talking. We talk about it all the time in another channel, and they never shut them down. Well, I guess some people, I thought it was weird that it definitely spoke to human review as opposed to, it had to be human review. You know what I mean? Which I thought was weird considering they're supposed to be on a skeleton crew. Couldn't lift my strike for however long. Couldn't, attend to that matter. But yeah, it's, the minute somebody says the C word, they're in there shutting people's streams down. So, yeah, YouTube sucks. Spectrum, it's hit and missing on buffering. Yeah, it shouldn't be buffering at all because I just got off the phone with them. So, I don't really know. Hi, Shauna. So, so I wake up to no Wi-Fi, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And so then I got to waste minutes on my cool Obama phone to sit there, and of course it says we're experiencing high volumes of phone call, so you're sitting there forever and ever and ever, and they I still had to make, I'm behind a couple payments, right? But the thing is, I just made a minimum payment to stay on, like on the 25th. So if I made the minimum payment to stay on, that minimum payment should have bought me 30 days, you would think. But no, they cut it off anyway. So the minimum payment to stay on for how long? Until they decide to shut you off again? And I just think during a crisis, you do realize now YouTube understands that it can operate on way lower staff. Yeah, that is true. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that if they could possibly become crappier, they have. They've actually become crappier than they were. So Darby, anyway, good morning-ish, Ziggy. I'm calling it morning because I wasted a good portion of my morning on the phone with Spectrum. So they had to talk to like the supervisor, and then they're like, give us your area code again, and then she had to put in the special request for me to only like pay like $19.99 payments. They still even took that. You know what I mean? It's just so messed up when people desperately need Wi-Fi right now. I mean, I don't have cable. I can't afford that. How am I going to get the news and stuff if I don't have any Wi-Fi? Mary, the governor here in Minnesota decided to extend the current stay-at-home order. I didn't know, Mary, if you were even in, did anybody hear that jackass from Arkansas talking about I cannot understand how somebody cannot do a stay-at-home at this junction. I can't understand it. It is so freaking month of being better than dying. So I just think it's totally irresponsible to not be staying home right now, to put these healthcare workers in jeopardy like that just because people are on each other's nerves and stuff. I'm sorry. I just think it's Sean says, I'm waiting for Newsom to extend it to 2021. Well, I think that might be a little extreme, let's say, because we'll see what happens. I would think I think it's reasonable to be extending it, I don't know, I would say oh, hi Sally, I didn't see Sally. Wait, they're supposed to be allowing everyone to have their phone service. My carrier is even adding more to my plan at no charge. That's why I was shocked when I got up and had no internet. And then the other cool thing that happened was the last this is why they're mad at me, I think. So I even had the email. So the last time I paid the bill, they accidentally overcharged me they paid the whole thing. So I just wanted to pay the minimum payment. My point is, Spectrum has been real shitty to me, and it has really sucked. And it was upsetting to me to wake up, and I was absolutely shocked that I was shut off. My Wi-Fi was shut off this morning. Like I said, I just made a payment on the 25th. It's been 2 weeks? 2 weeks. And they shut me off. They can't, if they're going to take a minimum payment, what is the minimum payment insure you? A day? Two? You would think it would give you 30 days, right? Nope. I saw a few videos of City Slicker saying if it gets really bad, they can go to the country and take the country folk stuff. Wahaha. Well, so I saw a friend of a friend is in the National Guard, and they posted on Facebook yesterday, and I'm surprised not nobody else is saying this or showing this, but I guess like obviously you're not supposed to be doing this, posting it on Facebook. I don't know how they did it or how they're going to get away with it. Maybe they don't want to be deployed. Maybe they did it on purpose, like people who didn't want to go to Vietnam used to do. But so they got a thing that said it was a standing order that said they needed them to report to duty or because there was going to be a mandatory countrywide 2-week quarantine. And I saw that yesterday. So there was no time frame on it and say anything else. I know it was legit. It wasn't like a hoax or anything. So at some point, they either were or are planning to do a 2-week quarantine. And I think that that's probably live with Spectrum. If you are behind or pay minimum, they throttle your service. Have a family member that works there. Employees get all services free too. They're assholes. Yeah, I mean, oh my God, look how far, I'm sorry, you guys. The thing doesn't scroll up. I'm so far behind. Issues. And they were going in and out. Okay, well, so last night, my service was going in and out last night. Actually, I think 2 nights in a row around the same time. But I was thinking that it probably, hi Hogan. I was thinking that it had something to do with the mass volume of people because you have all these people home now and you think that, they're flooding the server or whatever, and it's going to perhaps cause some issues. I'm not sure. That would be stupid to take country folk stuff. Yeah, tell that to my father. So you'll find a gun in your face. Oh, congratulations, Onyx Angel. And they're not allowed to be there with her. It's so sad. That is very sad. Yeah, I mean, hello, Michael Pilmer. Good morning-ish. Yeah, so I'm just saying, you guys, a huge, multi-billion-dollar company like Spectrum obviously I have Wi-Fi now. I got it on but I still had to, they weren't going to do it for nothing. So I still, even though I'm struggling right now, like I usually get a little bit of money from my dad from working with the animals and stuff, and because everything's so fucked up and nobody's getting paid, the little things that he does on the side, and God forbid you try to live on fucking Social Security by itself. That's like virtually impossible. Hence my YouTube gig. But you need to cuss them out, Holly. Well, so here's the thing. So this is what always happens. Wasting my minutes for 45 minutes, and they're like, we care. Of course, they come on with their little spiel. We at Spectrum care about our customers and our staff. Our staff is our extended family, and so, most of them are working for home, so be prepared that it's, look how thirsty Darby is. So be prepared for, extended wait time. I don't think I've ever in 10 years called Spectrum and not have been warned to prepare for an extended wait time. So this was nothing new, but the wait time was quite lengthy. Aw, thank you, Real Stream. $2. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not just, I'm just here to complain about this company, you guys. I'm not trying to bilk you for, if I'm trying to bilk you for money, I'm a lot smoother. I would be a lot smoother than just like straight out bitching about money. Just telling you what happened. So you would think, I mean, they still make you call there. They still make you jump through hoops. They still will take any last little cent that you freaking have available. Because she just kept saying to me, well, what can you pay? What can you pay? I could hear her kid crying in the background. So what ends up happening, just to speak to what Ziggy said, like, you should bitch them out. I start feeling bad for the person, like, it's not her fault. The lady who works at Spectrum, it's not her fault that Spectrum are douchebags, you know? So she was putting in like a thing to our manager, like, can we please extend this? And then it was like, well, can you pay the same date that you paid last month? You know, like, so we'll let you stay on until then, but you still have to pay that minimum 19.99 plus the serve. Oh, and this is what I love, because I had to talk to the live person. They then try to charge me the service fee for talking to the live person when, like, they're the ones forcing me to talk to the live person. I didn't want to talk to the live person. They force me, and then they try to charge me. Ziggy, where I'm right, like, on the line of the village, and it's almost like I can't even really get garbage service here. That's why I told you my quality time is going to the dump with my dad. I'm like right on the edge of where the village ends and the country begins. So, any Spectrum is like, I've been here for 10 years, and through trial and error, the only reliable, and as you can see, you guys said that I even did have some buffer here and there too. Nothing is, I could never have a YouTube channel and stream with with any other service around. They're a monopoly. I guess that's why I'm complaining. The fact that they're basically a monopoly, especially in my area, and a dog with ball carcass, and the fact that they can just shut you off like that. I don't, especially at a time when you have all of these other companies. Especially, I mean, I don't know how it is for the rest of you guys, but especially in New York State, they're not, NYSEG, New York State Gas and Electric and Gas, they're not shutting people off right now. There's Matt is struggling to try to work. He's staying with me because he had, some issue, didn't want to be where he was at, and he's supposed to be giving me money, but he's only working. He does tree service and landscaping, and that's somewhat, it's essential. Is it non-essential? I mean, it's kind of essential because it's springtime, and so if a tree is down, it's essential. I don't know, but anyway, so he's not being able to bring in any money, and it's like of all places, Spectrum does not need my 19.99. They couldn't just say, like, waive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just. Here as well, Holly. Our area is suing them. Are they? Call the news station on their asses. I don't know. My Spectrum was flaky for a few days. Had to use my phone hotspot. Yeah, Michael, I had some issues with it too. 2 nights in a row around the same time. Like I said, I just figured it was like a traffic issue. A flood of, people being home all at the same time. I thought maybe they flooded the server, so hold a hunger strike and call the news station. Yeah, I'm sure the neighbors would love that. Ever since the porta potty incident and me running across the partially clad across the roof from the bats, the neighbors are a big fan. Actually, yesterday I think people were so desperate for interaction when I was out front doing some yard work. People waved to me, you guys, for the first time in forever. The neighbors actually waved to me, so I don't think they hate me anymore. So that's some good news, I guess. Good morning, Ish Kanish. There are perks of living in the nation's capital. You get everything available. Well, so then I thought this was weird. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's watching, are you guys watching anything about the 5G stuff? I'm going to go a little conspiracy theory here. I definitely think that there's some weird, real concerns, like, and I'm not talking about the radiation stuff. Okay, Darby, you need to take a break, old man. I'm actually happy. I was trying to. I always interrupt myself, you guys, and don't finish my thoughts. So he was attached to this one basketball, and it got down to a shred, and he was crying. And so then, the end of last year, he wouldn't use any other basketball. So this year, and you have to deflate it, and you have to cut part of it so that he can catch it. And then this year, when I was walking the yard to mow last night, I found this one that was like in a partial state of, it looks like I tried to get him to use it and he wouldn't use it. And then he saw it and he was like, oh, ball, he got all excited, and now he's using it. So I'm happy because it's good exercise for him. And he's half border collie, so he needs a job. He thinks that he's doing a job right now. Holly, you need to tell them you are reporting them to the telecom. What's an ombudsman for their practice during this current crisis? Irish, I heard in Oklahoma about price gouging eggs for $14 a dozen. Yeah, I mean, this type of behavior right now, when you have people going in to, without the proper, like, PPE and stuff and risking their lives and this multi-billion dollar company can't makes you jump through hoops to keep your Wi-Fi, which is really at this point just like telephones used to be, right? I mean, it is pretty much a necessary service. I don't know if it's consider it a luxury. I really don't. I really don't consider it a luxury to make you jump through hoops. And then on top of it all, like, what if I only had Wi-Fi calling? So then I wouldn't even have a way to get a hold of them to do anything about it. The fact that I have like a government cheese phone that had still 3 minutes on it, that was my only saving grace. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be able to get a hold of them. What if I only had Wi-Fi calling? My Wi-Fi's off. No warning. They have all your information. They know when I take a poop. This morning, there's no complimentary email or complimentary text. I mean, they should definitely warn somebody about something like that. And I'd like to point out 10 years, and I used to have everything. I had all of the, like the TV service and everything. Only in the last, few years have I only had just Wi-Fi with them. But I'm just saying, what about a little customer loyalty? It was just crazy. And then it literally wasted an hour of my life. Is JK here? Because I see someone saying hi, JK, but I can't see him. He's got me blocked all across the Googles, I think. People are buying up baby formula. I know, I think that's terrible, hoarding the baby formula. Here, hang on a second. I'm going to put you down for a second so I can, All right, Darby's, because you're old. Darby's arthritis has been really bothering him. I've never seen him slow down or anything. And this year, he's been having some trouble getting up off the floor. It's worrying me so much. Okay, what are you saying, Sean? Holly, how much is owed? And no, Holly isn't begging, I am asking. Oh, well, so this is what's so fucked up. So I was only, the first time I fell behind, like really fell behind, and I always tell you guys this, by the end of the winter, because I got this huge, stupid fucking house that I need to get out from under, because look how big this shit is. Look at this shit. Look at this house that I am in by myself. Look at this fucking huge ass house. So the heat is super expensive. So by the time March rolls around, if my head is still above water, I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate, and I'm very happy that, I've maintained gas, electric, water, and everything else. So I did let it run up a little bit. I think it was up to like $70 or something like that. And mind you, it's only $19.99 a month. So if you do the math, 20, 40, 60. So 10 of that is just fees and shit that they're tacking on because I'm poor and late. So when I paid it on the 25th of last month, I paid like the minimum to keep it on. So I must have dropped $20 on it. So now I guess they probably tacked on an additional $19.99. So it's probably back to $70. I don't know. But I mean, I don't, again, like if I paid it on the 25th, why are they not giving me till the 25th to pay it? Why are they not giving anybody a courtesy thing so that that it's, you know what I mean? Like what is today, April 7th? It's just some random ass fucking time to just shut somebody. Like, why would I expect that today, Tuesday morning, April 7th, I'm going to wake up to no Wi-Fi? There's like no rhyme or reason to it, which is what irritated me. It's not like it's on a schedule. It's not like, and like I said, if they're a multi-billion-dollar fucking company, they don't need my $19.99. So at that point, when they already agreed that they were going to give me till the 21st, or whatever, I think they were going to give me till the 23rd. They're going to give me till the 23rd. Why did I still have to drop that additional $19.99? They couldn't just, they had to squeeze every last freaking cent out of me. Well, Mary, it's a little more complicated than just getting a smaller house. First of all, I have the dog to consider. He's been here his whole entire life. He's getting pretty old. I mean, second of all, I'm very close. My dad is around the corner, and my stepmother is essentially dying right now. So, I mean, it really isn't. I'm trapped. I'm kind of trapped right now. I can't get out from under my house right now. Yes, Ziggy, shake my head, greedy asses. Yes, that's what pissed me off, you guys. That is exactly it. I'm trying to follow a little bit because the messages pop up. Thank you, Ziggy. I'm not really. Don't do anything. Don't give me anything right now. I'm just saying, I just want to let you guys know what is going on because I find it very, and then I was going to ask you, is anybody like paying attention to what's going on with like the 5G stuff? They in Wuhan in China, they're actually tearing down the 5G. Well, they call them masts because they don't really want to call them antenna. I don't. There's some kind of thing where the public doesn't like the term antenna. So they did a big study and they're calling them masts, but it's essentially it's a 5G antenna. And rather than having those big, huge cell tower ones like they used to have, 5G requires a bunch of smaller ones that need to connect with each other. So if you're at a 5G antenna, you should be able to look around and see another 5G. You're going to get shadow banned for talking about 5G. Exactly. I know, Mishi. I know. Yeah, so anyway, the only thing I'm going to say about it is, so as I'm sitting on hold for 45 minutes waiting for Spectrum to come and force me to lick their ass and bend me over with no lube, I hear them say, and now we're part of and now we have 5G. And so I wasn't aware of that. I thought that they just only in December had the first test site or whatever was coincidentally Wuhan, China. And those people are so displeased that and then there's a bunch of other stuff where I don't know if you guys saw that. People are posting how it's obviously an essential. Irish people, apparently they've deemed it essential work to install these 5G antennas, you guys. Oh, thank you, Mary. You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the super chat, Mary. Mary, like, pretty much supports my smoking habit. If you add up everything Mary gives me, like, she probably buys my cigarettes. Thank you, Mary. You're the best. I love you. She's my friend outside of YouTube, just so you guys know that. Let's get the white van. Let's call Elvis. Well, so I'm just saying, you guys, people are recording how these 5G antennas are going up during the lockdown. I find that interesting. Is that really essential work? But as I'm sitting there on hold, you guys, I hear them saying that they're 5G now. So did anyone know that? I didn't know that. Oh, Sean, you don't have to do that, but thank you. Sean, if I was really desperate for money, I'd probably just call you and ask you. But I appreciate it. Thank you. They turned it on. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I know you guys are like, call the news, I mean, aside from telling you guys what Spectrum is doing, that they're actually shutting people off during this crisis. New Yorkers, no less. People in a county that outside of New York City have the highest infection rate. People are really struggling here. And I'm curious why they shut me off with no courtesy, nothing, and demanded my 1999 to get turned back on when, they already granted me till the 23rd to pay the rest of the bill. Anyway, my coffee's really good. Good morning-ish, Susie Q. Yeah, Google's another one. Don't get me started on them. Yeah, they got a dip in your super chat. Take 30% of that right off the top. So, because they're much like Spectrum. Google needs your money, you guys. Don't you know that? Ziggy, I'll probably do something. Sean always steers me right. 5G is nothing more than an elaborate spy tool. Well, even in the UK, they're the bigger 5G towers, they're burning those down. In the last 3 days, they've been burning them down. When you look at the research about, I mean, all of this conspiracy shit aside, Afta, are you serious with that? Afta, you guys, please, this is really gonna like not go unnoticed. The Bergs is gonna have a shit fit. Everyone's gonna freak out. Oh, Afta, I can't believe that was so generous of you. Thank you for the super chat, Afta. Hashtag Afta, you guys. Afta, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Seriously though, I don't want this. I want people to complain. I want people to complain to Spectrum. I want people to know. I want you to know that say you only have there I know people that only have Wi-Fi calling. I want you guys to know that you could go to bed and you can wake up and you can have no internet and no conceivable way to get a hold of anybody. What if you only have, you see what I'm saying? Like, Afta, geez Louise. Is that like a second time? Afta, you did not have to do that. For Pete's sake. Like, I'm good now on the 20. I'm all set. Thank you for the super chat, Afta. Thank you so much. Everybody's like, Afta. Afta, thank you. Like, that's, you guys know that this kind of shit puts me, I'm gonna fucking cry tears right now. I'm so glad that you can't see me right now. Onyx, with the kids needing it for school, our local government decided to give so many GBs to poor families. Oh, okay. Spectrum won't help out with that charity gift. So that's part of the lawsuit. Oh, interesting. I know. God love you, Afta. Afta, thank you. I can't, like, I swear to God, that just changed the course of the next 30 days for me. Because now, I mean, already in the back of my mind, I'm stressing about how am I going to pay that. Like, everything in my life should get pretty good now. Like, right now I'm sitting outside. The heat, I actually, like, chinsed out and didn't even turn the heat on last night, and it went down to, like, 43. But upstairs, the heat rose from yesterday, so it was pretty decent. It was, like, 66 up there. But when I came downstairs this morning, I was freezing my ass off. Afta single-handedly keeping Google afloat. I'm just, Afta, thank you so much. I gotta do something nice for you now. I'm gonna make a video or something for you, for sure. I gotta do something. Are you Irish badass? I'm crying for you. If some of you guys that are from, like, the RSN people, you might not know Afta's OG. She's been around forever, and it's probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Gets along with everybody. Often you're so respected and you fully deserve it. It gets along with everybody, can go in anybody's chat and not get shit. One of the only people that I know that can do that. And it's a tough balance, and you do it very well. But thank you. I can't even tell you I appreciate it. Deadhead says my children are doing online schoolwork too. Yeah, what about that, you guys? That just occurred to me too. Hey, Facey Casey Facey. Facey Casey lives near me too, so Spectrum doesn't care. They know that they are the only game in town here. Douchebags. Exactly. That's why I'm irritated. They're a monopoly. So they can essentially do whatever they want. And so you guys are right. I have to do something about it. I need to listen, I would have been okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm behind on the bill, okay? I'm not gonna lie about that. Hectic says she is a beautiful soul, Afta, always has been. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I could be as kind and forgiving as Afta is. Like, I don't know how you manage to not complain about certain people sometimes, but you never do it. And everyone should aspire to be more like that. I try. Sometimes I get irritated. Kanish says, I'm shocked at how USA cable companies behave. Well, I mean, this was shocking to me, you guys. Like, whenever I have bills outstanding, it's kind of always in the back of my mind. But this one really caught me off guard because, like I said, I had just made that fucking payment. Just made it. And then on some odd day, 2 weeks later, I mean, I would have thought it would have bought me till, if they shut me down then that's one thing. But just to randomly shut me down with no fucking warning. And at first, because like how Pilmer's saying that he was having some issues, at first I just thought, okay, well, it's buffering, or there's some kind of issue with it or whatever. But then it didn't come back on. And it didn't even occur to me for like an hour that it was for non-payment. I was like, are you kidding me? Because I thought I thought that they said, and Spectrum isn't one of those ones that was doing all those nice things to make sure that people had like Wi-Fi and stuff, like for school and everything, because I thought they were. Hi, Ange. Did I say hi, Michaela, honey? Hi. Hello, YouTube schizophrenic. Monopolies and robber barons all over. Yeah, I mean, anybody who takes advantage of this time, let's hope that there's hell, seriously, because Mary, oh my God, that is creepy as frick. What did Mary say that's creepy? I missed it. I can't go back up because I don't know what I'm doing on this phone thing. See how I keep saying I'm done throwing the ball to Darby, but then I keep getting back up? I can't help it. It's a habit, but it's good for him to get the exercise. No, that is really it, Darby. That's really it. So yeah, so I thought that they were one of the ones that was like doing people a like doing a solid. I was obviously mistaken about that. They're not one of the ones that was helping people out because I don't know. And I thought that all the bigger, like, I guess, I don't know, they said utilities. So I guess Wi-Fi isn't a utility, right? Kyle, how come I never get a shout out? Kyle, I didn't see you till just now. I'm on my phone and I don't know how to do it very well. Kyle Fart Boy in the chat. Kyle should get us, by the way, if you don't sub Kyle, please sub him. He just put up the most hilarious video about Rich Life. So please, he's in the chat right now. Click on his cute little cartoon face and go see him. Is that good? Did everyone see Kyle's? Jeez Louise, Ofta, you really have to this is insanity. We can all make a difference. Positive thoughts, kind words, and a simple smile can change someone's day. Pass it on. Ofta, thank you for the super chat. I literally have adrenaline right now. I'm emotionally overwhelmed. I might have to go. Jesus, Ofta, thank you so much. Now Bergs is going to be up your ass. Right now, I want to apologize preemptively of the next time the Bergs runs into Ofta in a chat because he will never hashtag Ofta, please. Yes, Kyle, you missed it. She already did that to me. To say that daily. Oh, I say that daily. Yes, Bridget always says, don't forget to smile. Bridget holds her own, but at the end of the day, she will tell you. And I do, Bridget, I appreciate that you always do point out a lot of the important things. I don't think that even though you and I both can get into some of the petty stuff, you're always really good about remembering the important stuff at the end of the day and reminding everyone. And I, for one, appreciate that. Plus, I think you give good advice to people. I think you gave really good advice. And I do this all the time where you said, I think a week or two ago, you said, listen, if you don't read it, you guys, and you don't pay attention to it, this shit that people are talking about you, it does not affect you. I say that to people all the time. So when people are telling me this person said this about you or that person said that, if I don't know it, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm better off not knowing it. Let's see. We're waiting for Holly to work that stripper pole. 47. It is not going to happen anytime soon. Why is there a dick on that chair? What are you talking about? Oh, those are pillows. Norm F gave me those chairs, by the way. He was unloading a bunch when he came here. Holly, do you see Angelo? No, I don't see. Oh, there he is. RV Charity Drive. Hi, Angelo. She purposely ignores me. It's a New York thing. No, I didn't see. Listen, my phone, if you ever live stream on your phone, the messages disappear. Hashtag Ofta is a blessing. Yes, Ofta, if you ever left the drama community, or boy, it would be a huge disservice to the rest of us because I think that and I'm not talking about donations, I'm just talking about your attitude and the way that you treat people. It would be a disservice to everybody else if you were ever gone because like I said, you're respected and you can go anywhere and you're just genuinely kind and sweet to everyone. Bridget says hello to everybody. I hope you're all well and staying home. Yes. So that's what I was just saying. If the level of selfishness for anybody who goes out, I just think is remarkable to me. I can't believe that you would put, when you go out, you're putting people at risk. You're putting other people. You could be carrying it and not know it. You know what I mean? And then you're going to get people sick and they're going to bring it home to somebody else. I was working on this video right now. I went to watch the news and I just woke up about, I don't know why you have mad faces. I got some asshole following me around in comments of other YouTubers' comment sections. Oh, I've had that happen to me before. Ziggy says, staying my ass at home. I know, me too. I don't know, you guys, like all that Spectrum thing, like, see, that just changed the course. So thank you so much. There's no amount of words that I can say to express. There's nothing I can say to express my gratitude. Like, that just bailed me out. That completely changes the course of like the next 2 months for me. Like, totally. I will catch up on my heat now, and my anxiety will go down. I just had like the worst, like the other day, you guys, when I told you that doctor, that nurse lady said to me, well, what I say to people and, with blood work like yours is try to live your best life. Talk about a kick in the pants. I couldn't believe somebody said something to me like that. Angelo, Holly, DM me, please. Okay, I will. I will DM you, Angelo. Yeah, Angelo, did you hear? I did miss what you were saying. Were you talking to me about the Spectrum thing? Because I really want to, at the most, I want to, wait, and I missed it. Somebody said that was a Stalker Steve. Steve, what did you say? That your cable got shut off? Is that it? Was it Spectrum? It was probably, right? It's this nurse practitioner, YouTube schizophrenic, and the reason she doesn't like me is because they canceled my last appointment, and I freaked out. I was freaking out because I ended up going with no medication for 5 weeks until they could get me in again. She said that I canceled my medical transport. I've never taken a medical transport in my life, so because I made a big scene, it didn't look good for her. And then when she gave me a shot, I got a shot for well, it doesn't matter, but anyway, I'm telling you guys, I couldn't lift my arm for 3 days after. She jabbed me so hard. She doesn't like me. She does not like me. She doesn't like me. She doesn't like me. Uber Goober says, good morning, Mom. Good morning, Ish. Uff is the best and the biggest heart. Yes, I know. I really kind. Oh, okay. Uber's been here. Oh, Uber, I just saw... It's another thing. I'm not even going to get into the phone situation because you guys know I'm always complaining about my government cheese phone, and I shouldn't, because at least in a jam, your government cheese phone, they're not just going to go, they give you like emergency minutes, and you still have like emergency service, let's say, if you needed to call. Well, I think you can call 911 from any dead phone, but give it a rest. There he goes. Darby just ran across the yard. So my yard is a complete disaster. Steve, she's the one who has a troll account of our good friend's minor daughter. Okay, I don't know who that is. See, if I don't scroll down. Guys, did you see that dick on the chair on the left? It's a pillow. Look. It's a pillow. Is this what you're talking about? It's a pillow, right? It's got this like Velcro thingy on the back. So like it stays on. The wind can't blow it away. It's a pillow for your head. For if you want to relax in the sunshine, should you get any sunshine. It's supposed to snow here on Friday, I think. So today is just kind of like a tease. All right, that's it, Darby. That's it. Take a break. Huggles. I want to say Huggles. That's cute. Your umbrella is casting a shadow. Norm gave me that umbrella. He was trying to unload a bunch of stuff from his house when he came to see me. And he was getting rid of all this lawn furniture, amongst other things that I didn't want, but that's all right. I got some nice lawn furniture out of it. Shauna says, LMAO, I just saw that. I think that's what the umbrella looks like, a dick. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what looks like dicks and what doesn't, you guys. I'm too good to know those types of things. Oh, look, Nichols is here. Hello, Nichols. Oh, but here's some other big news that I thought was kind of like surprising. Aren't you guys kind of taken aback that the Prime Minister of the UK is now in the ICU. Like, holy shit. That's some serious shit. It's a shadow on the chair, says Coy Wolf. Okay, that must be what he's talking about. I don't know. I had I have prescription sunglasses on, but they're not on right now, so I can read the chat. Michaela said we had ice and snow a few days ago, then 76, and today 81. Oh, I wish it was 81. It's like 60 right now, and but I'm outside like in capris and a hoodie, and I'm perfectly comfortable. So I can't wait for nicer. Like, you guys got to understand that at least like the weather is like, if this was like January, imagine how sucky that would be. Irish, yes, Boris, the Prime Minister. Isn't that's going to be scary. If anything happens to him, I don't know how much more it takes to let people know that this is very serious. Early on here, we already had, like, there was National Guard at, like, when you changed into a different county and stuff. So, I mean, it was just being in New York State was pretty serious very, very early on. And all the alerts that we get on our phone from, like, the reverse 911 thing, but I guess if you're sitting in Arkansas, maybe it doesn't seem too bad to you. I just was really disgusted by that governor. Prince Charles tested positive too. Oddly, I haven't heard anything about Prince Charles lately. Has anyone else? Like, is he okay? Nicole says people in my country are utterly ridiculous and don't listen to anything they're told. Well, even Mr. Boris there was resistant to the stay-at-home order. And I mean, there's some irony for you right there that Charles recovered. Thank you, Nichols. I didn't know. I hadn't heard anything about him. See how the news loves to tell a shit story, but not a good one? Charles recovered fully. Thank you, Copper. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I mean, he's out and about. Charles had it mild. And that's another thing, too. How weird that, some people, it totally kicks your ass, and then other people, it's like no big deal. Uber saying, exactly, these asshole gremlins fuck with me all the time. Who are you talking about? Good morning, Ish, Draft Horse Diva. So somebody said, listen, I'm going to go, I'll try to look for, I'm going to go on, now that I have internet connection, I'm going to try to go, and see, if I can find some sort of watchdog, somebody, I just want people to know that you could wake up and your Wi-Fi will be shut off in this time of crisis, even if you live in New York State, which I think is totally, totally horrible. Kenny Rogers, yeah. Five of my friends' moms passed. My friends' moms passed from a local nursing home here. Oh my God, that's horrible. I am so sorry, Bridget. See, that's what I'm saying. So, you have some of these people that seem to still have a disconnect because it hasn't hit them closely. I think I've talked a lot about the fact that I lived in New York City for a number of years, and my son was born in Southern Connecticut. And so all of my son's family, my ex-husband's family, are all still in New York City. So I'm getting reports of people sick all the time, my son's relatives. So even though I'm divorced from that family, these are people I've spent a lot of holidays with, and just because my ex-husband is an asshole doesn't mean the rest of his family is. And I do not have any ill will. I wish no harm on them. But to hear so many of them being sick, the ones in Westchester especially, his aunt, his great aunt, my ex-husband's aunt, brother's sister, was in that New Rochelle little bundle and has been on a ventilator for over 3 weeks now. So, when it's people most of our numbers here are from nursing homes and jails. I think it's good that they're so sorry. Hi, Steph. I think it's good that they're pushing that bail reform to not put more people in jail for victimless crimes. I mean, the jail system, the prison system is a privately owned system, and just like anybody else, they're in it for money. So that should never have been a privately owned system, the prison system, because that just leaves it open to all kinds of bad shit where they can just, use, all sorts of abuses of the system, in my opinion. Most of the deaths in Iowa are people in nursing homes. Well, I think Iowa just got on the radar, right? So you must be having some little clusters of deaths there, or they wouldn't be talking about it on the national news. Hey, YouTube schizophrenic. Want to stream? I want to offer some sacrifice to the false god. Okay. I haven't said anything or talked about that dude at all, so people sitting in the country seeing nothing bad, like it's no big deal, are the ones that are going to keep this going. Exactly. Exactly. And I told you guys the other day I was going to put up a video. I just went to Walmart and I thought it was interesting. I'm going to put the clip too of that Dr. Burke lady that, is next to that Dr. Fauci guy as far as like, the lead doctor in the nation. I want to, where she says, listen, just try not to go to the store. I mean, we've been doing all of that shit here since day one because it's just, trampling across the state. You can just see every day how it's spreading across the state. And now that they've put in place that New Yorkers can't leave New York State, they're all coming to upstate, and it's just flooding our healthcare system up here, and it's getting a lot of people sick because people were doing just like Bridget said. There was not an immediate threat here. So I have a video where I went to Walmart with my dad the other day. It was absolutely mandatory. I hadn't been in probably 3 weeks, and we both had masks on, and there's people in there, whole families in there. In fact, my dad talks about how the people in front of him, the lady has 5 kids. She lets like her 3 or 4-year-old, because he was in like the automatic checkout, lets her scan the whole family's groceries, lets her touch everything, her 3 or 4-year-old. And it was just like I couldn't believe what I was seeing in there in New York State. Just a regular outing for these people. They're out grocery shopping with their whole family. The kids are running ahead. They're not staying with the mom, like any other random day. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was shocked. Oh, is Uber leaving? Okay, still listening, but gonna do my breakfast dishes. Okay. Yeah, Sean and I have to have a mask on if we are out in the day. Oh, so yeah, so do I. I'm supposed to have one on, not just for my stepmother, but for me. I told my little immune fighters aren't doing so good, which can happen to people with autoimmune. But I just couldn't believe that lady said to me, I tell people with blood work like yours to live your best life. Like, who says that? So I have a whole host of people. People better hope that I don't like lose my shit and go postal, because the list is growing of people that I'm just really irritated. Mary says I won't bring the little anywhere. And you would think that that's what people, I mean, it's just like Bridget said, like, I guess because, and like, I don't understand, because you're reading, I can get on my bike, ride 5 minutes and be in Monroe County, which is, Rochester is right there. And they're getting hammered right now. For per capita, it's going up, and it's because of the laxadays attitude of these people who are just going out, and and I hate the people that are like, fuck that, it's springtime, I'm not staying in. Like, are you an idiot? What kind of moron are you? Oh, still more hearts for Ufta. Oh, I hear sirens. Somebody probably can't breathe. My neighbor got picked up, I think the day before yesterday. They came to an older gentleman, and when I was on the porch spying, because you can't go anywhere, so I was spying, and he said he was having chest pains and trouble breathing, so they came and picked him up in the ambulance with their masks. And I mean, that's right next door. So my point is, you never know who was around who. And if you guys remember, I told you like a few weeks ago that I couldn't understand why they weren't recommending masks being worn. I couldn't understand that, because at the very least, people who are asymptomatic cannot spread it by wearing a mask. So, you know, even if you have people thinking that it's helping them, it's helping themselves, even if they're doing it for a selfish purpose. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, it doesn't matter because it's still protecting other people by them having that mask on. So, Stalker Steve, you can go out, just stay away from people. It depends though, Steve, where you go. I'll show you the video of going to Walmart and how unsuccessful it was staying away from people. People were just walking right up on us. Um, you know, my stepmother is dying. She's got stage 4. She's been in chemotherapy, which most of you guys know. And my dad's there doing, you know, he's in his 70s, doing everything he can. And the employee comes right up on him and with no mask on. This is literally just 3 days ago in New York State, and is talking within a foot of my father, right up to his face. So, you know, you can try to stay away from people, but when you go out, especially if you go out needlessly, you're running that risk that someone's gonna, especially in a store, you know, you're standing there. Like, I couldn't, the same employee came up to me because I had beer. He had to ID me. There was very clear instructions to leave your, if you were at the self checkout, you were supposed to leave your ID on the counter and take like several steps back so they could come and look at it, and then they walk away, and then you walk. You just have to, people just don't have the patience, I think, you know. I mean, outside and get some sun. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't know what you meant. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why the weather being nicer. Yeah, isn't that enough for people for right now? I mean, can't you just be outside and wave hello to your neighbor? I mean, as far as being cooped up, like, we're used to it in upstate New York. I mean, it's freezing all the time. You're making me dizzy. I'm sorry. I keep getting up to throw the ball to Darby. It's just a habit. Hello. Good morning-ish, Alex. Mary, I dread Walmart. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's really the only grocery store that we have, um, you know, and it's that has anything stocked. There's another smaller grocery store, but they're having trouble, you know, meeting the demand. So you hate going there, exposing yourself, and then finding out that they don't have half the shit that you need anyway. So I mean, we have no choice but to go to Walmart. And like I said before, a lot of people don't have the luxury of buying a month's worth of groceries at a time. If you live week to week, paycheck to paycheck or whatever, you don't have the luxury to do that. You can't just go stock up on a bunch of shit. You're forced to go there, and then you have these idiots that are bringing their whole entire families, or the people that work there that aren't, you know. I just couldn't believe this guy, and he's elderly too. I will, as soon as I get off here, I will absolutely finish editing that and put that video up for you guys. 3 days ago in New York State. I think you'll be shocked. Stalker Steve, I don't like people anyway. Yeah, right? Mary and her daughter, her fake daughter, were pretending that they skated on the kitchen floor after she mopped. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You guys, you have to find a way to not go crazy. I mean, it's either that or die. And when you listen to these people that coming out of the hospital that have recovered, they're telling everybody this is not the flu. This is horrible. This is a horrible, horrible, you know, these people are suffering. It's awful. Alex is at the washateria washing the dog's blankets, and only 10 at a time are allowed in here. Well, how many more can you fit in the washing machine anyway? I wouldn't think you'd be able to. You can't do that where I am, even if you want to. Nothing to stock up on anymore. Yeah, it's bad here too, stuff. You have to know the right time. Like if you know somebody who works there, they'll let you know when a certain truck comes in with certain stuff. It's kind of small where I'm at, so a lot of people know people. So you'll kind of know when to go. But the last time we went, it was just the usual stuff, you guys. No cleaning stuff. I still haven't been able to get Darby's brand of dog food, which again, see, that's another thing that's killing me because he only eats one kind of dry food. It's just a very little small thing, but just another thing, you know? He only eats a certain dry food, and wet food very expensive, but he always gets wet food mixed with his dry. And I had to get a different kind again because dog food has been in very short supply. Oh, bye, Ofta. Ofta, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And Like, please don't let it be lost on you that that is a tremendous help to me, and that I'm telling you that literally just changed the course. I'm not exaggerating when I say that either. That changed the next 2 months for me. I will be able to completely pay off my heat and like start fresh as soon as that spring starts. And obviously, my Wi Fi, I can pay it off. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, I don't want anybody thinking, I know I'm going to get called a dry beggar and all that stuff. I really wanted to let you guys, I came on number one, I wanted to let you know about the National Guard thing. That for whatever reason, and I think that they were preparing that you guys for that on the news yesterday when they were when Cuomo said, I'm doubling the fine because people just aren't listening. And then in the national one where the president spoke, they were again talking about how the next 2 weeks are going to be horrific. It's going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. And just urging people to stay inside, even to the point where she's the one that Dr. Burke was saying, don't go to the grocery and don't go to the pharmacy unless you absolutely have to. Try not to. So I think they're kind of prepping everybody for, hi, Deep Sleep, how are you? Hi, Lottie. I think they're trying to prep you guys for this because I saw that. I straight up saw the National Guard thing for mobilization, and it doesn't say the date. It just says that the person is to report wherever, and it's for a 2-week mandatory quarantine for the entire country. So I definitely want to thank you, Hectic, and I love everybody. Well, not everybody, but 90% of you at the very least. So I think they're trying to prepare you guys for that. And then I wanted to tell you about Spectrum. Just know that in this time of crisis, you can wake up to no Wi-Fi. And God forbid you use Wi-Fi calling, because now you have no Wi-Fi and you have no way to contact them, and you can't even make a freaking phone call. I don't know. I was floored. I guess I expected more or less, let's say, because I was thinking that I thought that they said, I guess they just said utilities, utility companies, I guess, meaning gas, electric, water, that type of stuff, I guess. At least in New York State. I don't even know if that's a nationwide thing or not. But, most of these places are doing it. Spectrum can suck my bat. Most of these places are doing it as their part, as a courtesy. They don't even have to be asked. And for Spectrum to sit there and just be one of the most profitable companies in the entire United States, and to shut off somebody like me, like I don't know, you guys. I was pretty heated. I feel a lot better now. I got it off my chest, and I warned everybody. I would say, listen, if you're behind on a bill, most especially if it's Spectrum, maybe call preemptively and find out before you get, like, obviously, if I had known that was going to happen, I would have called yesterday and said something like, hey, am I ready? Am I due to be shut off? Can you give me, I know I just paid you 2 weeks ago some money, but could you give me, another 2 weeks before I have to pay you again? Because, had I done that, I'd be okay. But like I said, fortunately, my government cheese phone allowed me to make a phone call, and I sat there for 45 minutes. But I just want people to know so you're not blindsided like I was. I see someone saying hi to Namaste. I don't see you, but hi, Judy. Mary said I paid Spectrum ahead of time just to be sure. And it's sad that you had to do that. Hey, Libby Lou, how are you? It's good to see you too. Alex, we can't even go into laundromats here. The laundromats, there's one store open 24 hours, and then Walmart is open from 8 to 8. 8 to 8 on the Walmart. And we have a curfew. Do you guys, anybody else have curfews that you're trying to? We have a curfew, 8 p.m., and it is enforced. Matt and I were walking back from, where did we go? I think when I tried to go to the tobacco store, remember when I thought it might still be open, like a couple weeks ago, you guys? At that point, the police went by and said something to us. My dog needs her nails trimmed, and I don't think a dog pilot. Oh, my dog too. Yeah, the dog. Yeah, remember I told with Darby they had to take out his stitches too soon and put in the melting ones. I don't know why I can't think of the name. Dissipating. What are those? Why can I not think of the name of those stitches? Anyway, they had to do that early because they were only going to be open for basically if your dog got hit by a car. It was again just like an emergency. So no, I mean that's it. The only two things in town that are open, and I think McDonald's. I think the drive-through might be still open limited hours, and I think Domino's. But that's it. So those are the only things that are open. Everything closes at 8 p.m. with the exception of that little store by my house is 24 hours. I don't know how they're getting away with it. Susie says, I gave Dane a haircut yesterday. I've never cut a man's hair before. I did okay. Dissolvable. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Judy wants to hear what you said about the National Guard. Oh, okay. So a friend of a friend is in the National Guard, and they posted on their Facebook. And again, I don't know how they got away with it, but I know from all of the feedback and the fact that a lot of people knew this person that it was legit. And it just said that they were mobilizing the National Guard. It had her date of where she was to report and what time, and it was within like a few days. And it said that they were doing it to prepare in preparation to enforce the mandatory countrywide 2-week quarantine. So I don't know when that's going to happen, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is fluid. Oh, I can't answer that. A lot of this stuff is fluid and it changes pretty rapidly. And so I'm not 100% sure when that's going to happen. All right, you guys, my phone's ringing and stuff, and I think it's my dad, and I get real nervous that something's up with my stepmom. You guys, thank you so much for the super chats. I will let you know. I was supposed to go on with Realstream later, and he can't do it. So maybe I'll come on later and update you guys. But I want to go right now and call because as soon as I get these phone, like right now my father is not calling me unless there's something going on with my stepmom and stuff. So I'm freaking out that maybe she needs, I don't know. So I'm going to go. I hate to dip without like fully showing my gratitude and appreciation for you guys hanging out with me. I'll come on later. Okay. How's that? If I come on later and update you guys. I'm going to talk to Angelo, who always directs me in the types of things that I need to do, where he's probably going to tell me what to do about Spectrum. And I know Sean has really good advice too. So I'm going to talk to those guys and see what I can do. And maybe I will come back and let all you guys know that I see. Listen, all these sirens and shit are freaking me out because they're going right by my house and there's only one road. All right. I'm going to dip, you guys. I will see you later. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for chatting with me. I love you, love you, love you. Bye, 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 bye.